It's December 12th. Coffee with Malcolm has begun on Thursday morning. It is cold outside, and that is why we are in the car. Let's start our poll for today. Is that too extra in the morning? I haven't even had my first cup of coffee, and I've got that kind of energy. You believe that? Do my radio announcer voice. Thank you for joining us today. That's better. Ooh. Hope you guys are doing well. It's Thursday. And it's like 34 degrees outside, so yeah, not going outside. I thought I was going to sit outside for a second. And then I said, nope, not going to do it. Too cold. So we sit in the warm car and we do our little live stream from here. So yeah, I had some, let's see here. Conspiracy theories. So I was listening to the radio this morning, and they were talking about, they dabbled into conspiracy theories. So I thought maybe we could talk about that today. Yeah, whatever. James, how's it going, James? My week's going okay. You know, it rained for the first 3 days, and it's just got cold, you know, good old wintertime. It's 100 days until the official first day of spring. So yeah, that's how much I like wintertime. I count down to spring. So I'm looking on my other device here real quick. Some of these conspiracy theories people have. A lot of them I've heard. Some of them not heard. But I asked Google what was the number one conspiracy theory, and it said that the flat Earth theory is the number one conspiracy theory right now, according to Google, to the searches and stuff. So yeah. Flat Earth, it just seems, I don't know, you've been taught your whole life that the Earth is round, and you go in this everything, you know, the moon's round and all that kind of stuff, and things orbit around each other and so forth and so on. It's just hard to fathom that people out there believe that the Earth is flat. So that would be, it's just crazy. I mean, if you look at the night sky, you can tell there's a curvature to it, of this, you know, if you pay attention to it enough, or even during the day when the clouds are coming over the horizon and things, it just seems there's a curvature to it. I don't know. Some people are hooked on that, and they believe the Earth is flat. You got arrested last week. Well, damn, dude, that's not good. Hey, Istanbul, how are we this morning? Of course, there's a lot of people out there that believe the moon landing was fake because of the Cold War, and like who filmed him when he got off the capsule, if he was the first man to touch on the Earth, but I mean on the moon. But you know, just like a security camera, they had a little camera mounted on the side of the landing capsule, and it just filmed it going down the little ladder there. So then there's people that believe that JFK was killed by the government, some Cold War conspiracy type thing, because that was interesting in a way. People talk about how did the bullet go this way and that way, and all that other craziness. Dustin, what's your quick synopsis? He has a question. We shall delve into the question of Dustin and see what he got going on today. Ronald McDonald shot JFK. Was JFK suppressing McDonald's so much that they had to take him out? What did James do to go to jail? Yeah, we got to figure that out too. If you went to med school and was from Ohio. We're just, each day kind of pick something up, and today they were talking about conspiracy theories on the radio a little bit. It kind of touched it a little bit, you know. The grassy knoll for the JFK. Yeah, And then the guy who shot him, he ended up getting shot, so he couldn't tell his story, they think, and then the person who shot him got shot as well. So it's like, was it the CIA and all this other stuff trying to cover it up and make sure everything was, yeah. Uh-oh, James was on Snapchat. CIA did it. Not a big deal. Whatever. Crazy CIA doing their crazy stuff. The CIA's done a lot of crazy stuff over the years. I mean, they've helped overthrow governments, and they've done all different things in different parts of the world. It's kind of wild. I kind of want to believe the conspiracy theory on the JFK thing. They made a lot of compelling arguments for it. We may have to ask James to take a break if he's got criminal charges against him. I don't know. He may not want to talk about his case. Yeah. And they killed him, the guy with PTSD. I don't know. Well, that goes into conspiracy theory about the assassination attempt on Trump. Was that staged? How did all these surveillance and CIA people walking around and people just filming this guy taking a ladder and just plopping it up against a building, just casually getting up on top of there, taking position, and nobody took notice. Oh. So, yeah, there's a lot of people saying that was staged. I mean, if I'd gotten shot at and my ear was bleeding, I don't know if I'd be pumping my fist. I'd probably be hitting the ground saying, you guys need to take me out of here. I don't know. It just seems, it played out kind of weird. It just played out weird. And then all the footage, everybody's got a camera, right? And people were filming him. Just laying up there, and nobody was doing anything. They're like, hey, there's a guy up there. And I'm like, well, it's okay. If they did stage it, was it like some Hollywood stuff that made his ear bleed? Did it have like a little capsule pop off on his ear and make it look like he's bleeding? President Teddy Roosevelt took a bullet to the chest and still talked for 90 minutes. That's crazy. Blood pills. Yeah. It could have been. I don't know. It does seem kind of fishy. Hey, Paul. I mean, if he really got shot at, they would have tackled him and completely covered his body and escorted him out. And it's like they let him pump his fist, and they really weren't covering him up with their own bodies and stuff. It could be, yeah. It could have been all staged, Ben. You may be right. We may never know. Fake Mandarin guy in Iron Man 3 movie. Well, that's cool. I get called Conor McGregor. Now I'm that Mandarin guy in Iron Man. Add that to the list of things that I look like. What's some other conspiracy theories? They think COVID-19 was engineered, blah, blah, blah. There's a conspiracy theory that the Earth has been sucked into a black hole. Yeah, if it was in... Right, Ben. You're right, Ben. I mean, there could have been multiple shooters. They should have tackled him. I remember like when... what was it? Ronald Reagan got shot by that guy on the street. You didn't see Ronald Reagan after that gunshot went off. They covered him up, put him in a vehicle, and sped away. It was like the cameramen, the news people there, they couldn't see him. It was no footage of him. They completely concealed him and took off with him. I've been checking my view hours, Istanbul. I'm around 1,500. And I don't think it's updating properly. I don't know. Oh, the drone sightings? Yeah, that's kind of weird too. And it gets me thinking, you see all these, I get tuned into like military news and things like that because I was in the service. So I kind of look at that stuff and the advancements they've made and all this drone warfare in like Ukraine and stuff. And U.S. military wants to battle that type of thing. So they come up with these tools and weapons to counterattack drones. And with lasers and microwaves and things like that to disrupt them and make them fall from the sky and things of that nature. But nobody's out there like taking these drones down. Nobody's taking them down. That is concerning to me. It's kind of bothering, But I don't do drugs, random guy, so I wouldn't be able to answer that question. My drug is coffee, black and hot, in a thermal mug so it doesn't get cold. But the drone thing is weird. I'm waiting to see how they come up with something on that, or will it just kind of die out and nothing ever becomes of it? And then you got 500 conspiracy theories about that. Government confirmed aliens from like Area 51. That's the whole alien thing. Yeah. I don't, my thing is if there are aliens out there and they found us, they'd probably be disappointed. I think they would be disappointed. They'd travel light years to come see us and then like, nah, let's go on to the next one. I don't know if they would waste their time on us. Another stealth fighter. I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff the military has that we have no clue about. Let's see here. There's a conspiracy theory that the Denver International Airport is the Illuminati headquarters. Never heard of that before. It's a secret group headquarters. Oh, secret tunnels underneath the building. That's weird. How would they even come up with that kind of stuff? Crack and conspiracy theories are like eggnog and Christmas. They go together. What about the CEO shooter? He had like a 3D printed gun. And that's what he used to kill that CEO guy. And if you watch the video, he's having to like chamber it every time. It's not automatically chambering. I don't know. And then how do you match ballistics to a 3D printed gun? If it's printed with plastic, I don't think the markings on the bullet, because like a regular barrel would have its unique markings in it. It's made out of steel. And when the bullet travels through it, it marks the bullet. But the plastic one, wouldn't it change each time a bullet goes through? And the plastic would like leave different, and would it be able to leave impressions on a bullet? I don't know. I just sell stamps at the post office. And I do morning podcasts with a cup of coffee. What do I know? Some people believe the earth is hollow. The world is flat. Some people believe Prince Charles is a vampire. Where they come up with this stuff. It's idiotic. Prince Uel's related to Vlad the Impaler. And he's sensitive to sunlight. If it's a regular barrel, only the low part is 3D printed. I don't know. I don't own any guns. I've seen what they do. I don't have any desire to own a gun. People think Bigfoot's real. The Nazis have a secret base in Antarctica. We're living in the Matrix. That's been going around too, that we've been living in like a simulation. Elon Musk is going around thinking we're living in a simulation. There's a Around the same time The Matrix came out, there was this movie called The 13th Floor. And let's see here. Let's put this guy in timeout. So, I didn't mean put him on timeout. I meant put this guy on timeout. Anyway, it looked like you know who the powerful elites are. But there's this movie called The 13th Floor, and it basically delves into that theory of multiple layers of simulations going down, stepping down to the actual people who are controlling everything. So, hello, Thought Slayer. We see you. I don't know, man, about the pharmaceutical stuff. And I take antidepressants, but I have no desire to go out and kill people. I wouldn't mind punching somebody every once in a while, but other than that, I don't know. But if you like a Matrix movie and you really like that series, look up, and I think the time it came out, The Matrix just took over and everybody was watching it, and the movie called The 13th Floor got kind of ignored. So that's a cool movie to watch, The 13th Floor. Let's see. 59% believe in conspiracy theories, 41% do not so far. Christmas is paganism. Somebody said. There's conspiracy theory that the moon is not even real. Antidepressants don't work if you drink alcohol. And I will agree with that. That's why I stopped drinking. Yeah. I can tell you there's adverse effects, personally. And yeah, alcohol is not a good thing, really. In my opinion. Oh, me. What's some other conspiracy theories on here? I just found this random website that's listing conspiracy. The Titanic didn't actually sink. How do you come up with that? Yeah, a lot of people died, so I don't know. And then there's theories that we didn't never went to the moon. And then there's another theory that Apollo 17 wasn't the last moon mission. So which one was it? Did we go to the moon, or did we never stop going to the moon? Oh, man. So you got contradicting conspiracy theories. Drunk driving, don't do it, man. Zombies can rise from the dead, whatever. Bill Gates is making fake snow. And the theory is that he was making fake snow that burns instead of melts. How do they come up with this stuff? And who believes that thing? It's kind of like the cloud seeding for the hurricanes a few months ago. I don't know. That just seems weird. Rubber snow? Yeah, it just bounces and catches on fire. Oh, man, this is kind of fun. Okay, this is ridiculous. Amelia Earhart was eaten by crabs. I mean, her aircraft disappeared and they couldn't find her, but it was 1937. It's not like they had radar and satellite imagery and GPS and little black box in the plane and all that kind of stuff. So if you were flying across and you plane disappeared, you just disappeared. Imagine how many people sailing across the ocean, their ship sank, and then there's like, well, they sank. It's like they were eaten by sharks and crabs. I'm sure there was some sea creatures that feasted on the bodies that sunk to the bottom. And I know that sounds kind of morbid, but that's nature. You get a dead animal on the side of the road, buzzards and ants and everything else are eating it. So you had the COVID vaccine and your dog is autistic. You should. What are you doing to your dog? Bet you could pass that on. The Loch Ness monster. 5G causes cancer in COVID-19. I'm on 5G right now and I don't have cancer, so I don't know about all that. What's with all the Titanic theories? A solar flare caused the Titanic to sink? Is that the Bermuda Triangle? The planes still disappear in MH83? Have I got tested? I get my yearly exam. It's become known as the Black Knight satellite. It's just junk, space junk. Some believe it's an alien spaceship. Oh gosh. Oh, that's weird. I'm skipping a few other ones. Conspiracy that Queen Elizabeth I was a man. Oh, with everything going on with the trans community, it might have been. You never know. Maybe he wanted to be a she, right? Oh my gosh. And then there's a bunch of COVID-19 ones. The COVID-19 vaccine has a 5G chip inside of it. Then why do I keep dropping my signal? If I've got 5G chips inside me, I'm going to get my money back on my cell phone bill. Oh, thanks, Istanbul. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got some your DIY videos and stuff like that. I haven't done some other videos. I got some small short videos in the works. I may push one out today. I don't know yet. We'll see. Been a lot going on, work and stuff like that. It's really busy this time of year. These are hilarious comments you guys are putting in here. The government is making frogs gay. Even if they were, what's the end game? Are they trying to eradicate frogs or make them asexual? Or I don't understand what the purpose would be behind that. The 5G chips is absurd to me. It's just you got to think about how small a needle is and what passes through that needle. And that chip would have to have some kind of power supply. It's just absurd. It's just like, nah, there's no way. There's no way. I'm not a technical genius or anything like that, but I do have some basic knowledge, and it's just not feasible. Even if they did put a chip in you, it'd be dormant. It wouldn't have any power to do anything. And if it did have a power source, it would last just a few minutes, maybe. I don't know. What would be the benefit? It's not like Verizon and AT&T were handing out the vaccines wanting 5G to get boosted around the country. You know? If it was sponsored by Verizon and AT&T, I'd probably be more skeptical about the 5G thing. How does Tesla power neuro chips? Well, they're not floating around inside your bloodstream, for one. Plug your head in. mean, if you have you ever wondered how they make computer processors and all the things that go into just making a computer processor? It's very fascinating if you look that up and watch some videos of how they get all these transistors, millions, billions of transistors in a small chip. Now, they're super tiny. Could that go in your body? Sure. But you got to give it power. You got to give it electricity for it to work. It's just dormant if it doesn't have electricity, right? But how they get all these wires to crisscross and lay on top of each other and process information at great speeds is very fascinating. If you look at it, there was a guy on YouTube. He has these little shorts where he has this really powerful magnifying glass and he cracks open old chips, takes them apart and zooms in on them. That was really cool to see. But how they get all these little wires and things and transistors and stuff to lay perfectly inside these chips is pretty fascinating. Do I ever smoke blunts? No, I don't do any drugs. If I did, my morning podcast would really be crazy. Maybe if they legalize it, I may do a morning podcast after smoking a blunt. I would be so embarrassed, I'd probably delete it afterwards. He wouldn't go very far. Great blunt conversations. I get fascinated by some of that electronic stuff. You know, I've always been fascinated by technology and things like that too. And how far it's come along over time, you know. Being able to just do these live streams is still amazing to me, you know. I'm 48 years old. I lived through the whole progress of internet being developed and put out in the masses and stuff, and seeing the technology. Some of these, I would say a majority of the younger kids just born with it, so they don't think anything of it. But floaters in the flagons? I don't know what that means, Cat. There has never been a wall. Coffee tastes really good today for some reason. I don't know. I use a little K-cup pod, so I don't really like grind my own beans and do a French press or anything like that. Maybe my mood has something to do with the taste of my coffee. Yeah, the flat earth thing still boggles my mind, people believing in that. If we've explored space and sent satellites out, how are they not seeing the underside of the moon? I mean, the earth, if it's flat. DOS and dial-up internet? Oh yeah, dial-up internet. Somebody pick up the phone and screw up your chat conversation on AOL. Oh man, dial-up internet. And you'd wait for images line by line to come up on your screen. Gosh. Oh man. Yeah. I'm glad we're not in dial-up anymore, that's for sure. That would not be fun at all. Now, yesterday we did a Chinese proverb, which I thought was very thought-provoking. Yesterday we said, a little fragrance always clings to the hand that gives the roses. That was very, very cool. All right, so here's the Chinese proverb for today. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. I'll say it again. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. Huh. I live in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Some of these Chinese proverbs are very thought-provoking. As they should be, right? Yeah, I bookmarked that page. Maybe we can start throwing one in the mix. I like putting a little Chinese proverb in there. Give everybody something to think about. A little addition to the podcast here. Very boring. It was lime spreading. I apologize. You feel that way, Kat. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? I used to tell people all the time, if we were all the same, life would be boring. You know, if we were all the same, life would be boring. We'd all be wearing white robes and eating pellets. It's like, I don't know, it would be. Yeah, it takes all kinds to make the world go around. Yeah, I do love my coffee. I do love my coffee. I'm thinking about getting some. I do the Keurig work. It's just easier. Yeah. Um, that comment threw me off for a second. Well, but I thought I'd be, I could get some different coffees and make some stuff inside, different, and talk about that as well. Well, Kat, we just have a casual conversation. I don't really stick to a script. I kind of come with a little idea to talk about, and we discuss it. And a lot of conversations, if you think about it, with your family and friends at home or whatever, you'll start on one thing, and then 10 minutes later, you've gone down this rabbit hole and you're on a completely different subject altogether. And it's just casual conversation. Do you think schizophrenia is a pleasant experience? I don't think so. I don't think it would be. I don't think schizophrenia would be a pleasant experience. But the person having schizophrenia, that's the person you have to ask. Right? I mean, how do you really know? How can you delve into somebody else's mind and know if they're enjoying or hating that experience in real life? I don't know. What thoughts do people with schizophrenia have? I would imagine to be scattered thoughts. I mean, firing off in different directions and just unable to focus on one thing. Wesley being mean. You have all your friends in your head all at the same time. Shoot, I don't know if I had a bunch of friends, I don't think I'd want them all together at the same time. They'd be comparing stories about me and revealing truths that I probably not want everyone to know. Have I ever met a schizo? I don't think so. Nah. If I have, they were having a calm day, and I never knew the difference. So, to each their own. There's no doubting that there are mental illnesses out there for a lot of people, unfortunately, that have to deal with those things and can't really take light of it, It sucks, for some people to have, like, Alzheimer's and dementia and schizophrenia and all these different things. It's just, it's unfortunate for some people to have those type of things in real life. On a lighter note, they talked about on the news this morning that scientists may be on the verge of creating a cure for Alzheimer's. So that's good. I mean, if they had a cure for Alzheimer's, that would be good for a lot of people and their parents who, they're having to take care of. And I don't know how you would reverse Alzheimer's. I don't even know how aspirin works, but Wesley, you're right. They say schizophrenia typically happens or comes about when you're between the ages of 18 and 25. So, not sure why it happens then and not through your childhood. How something like that can happen after you become an adult, a legal adult, if you will. There's a lot of things I don't understand. Strange. It's fascinating to talk about for sure. But, yeah. You attacked a guy in the stadium. Those fights in the stadiums are crazy. And people post all kinds of fights. If you get on X, you go down the wrong rabbit hole on X, you'll just see video and video after people fist fighting and stuff at arenas, on the street, and stores. It's crazy. You've lost 2 friends to that illness. I'm sorry to hear that, Wesley. That's unfortunate. Hopefully you were a light in their world to make them a little bit happier, when you did interact with them. So, I think that's all you can really, aside from certain medications that can help people, It can bring out mental illnesses that were dormant. It's possible. I can't argue that one. I do know, totally different subject, completely off the wall. I got shingles one time a few years back. And evidently, if you've had chickenpox as a kid, you have a high chance of having the shingles virus in your body, but it's laying dormant. And they believe stress can activate that virus and cause an attack, if you will, of shingles. And shingles is pretty damn painful. It's no joke. And all you got to do is take some medication and it'll go away in a couple weeks. Not that big of a deal as far as that is concerned. But it lays dormant in your body, waiting for a moment to come out and basically attack you. It's wild how some of this stuff can just ride around in your body and just sit there and waiting for a day to come out and say, ta-da, here I am to screw your day up. Fun facts during coffee time. All right, guys. Well, it's been a good chat with you. It's time to go inside. 7:53. Early onset rigor mortis. I see that comedian. There's an old guy that does that joke. That's funny. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Time to get back going to work. Thanks for hanging out with me. Like, subscribe, share the channel, share the videos with some people. Get the word out there. Let's get this thing growing. But other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy a cup of coffee. Compliment a stranger. I challenge you to compliment a stranger. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Boop, 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 boop.